Joe Rogan might have just revealed one of the biggest Hollywood secrets yet: Nicole Kidman's divorce from Keith Urban. On his podcast, Rogan allegedly explained how Nicole discovered Keith was having an affair, confronted him with proof, and gave him a clear ultimatum: end it or I end our marriage. Rogan's analysis dives deep, looking at Keith's touring schedule, public speeches, and the custody battle, showing how celebrity marriages often collapse behind the scenes while the world sees a perfect image. Whether he said it on air or not, Rogan's insight paints a shocking picture of truth, betrayal, and fame. Here's what he allegedly revealed on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Picture this: Joe Rogan, the world's most unfiltered podcaster, and Nicole Kidman, Hollywood's ice queen of elegance, suddenly tangled in the same headline. One's known for saying everything out loud, the other for keeping secrets locked behind that perfect red carpet smile. But now, their worlds just collided in the messiest way possible. Rogan didn't just talk, he exposed something that might have shattered Nicole and Keith Urban's marriage for good. The warning, the betrayal, the fallout. It's all unraveling, and everyone's picking sides. This isn't just gossip, it's a Hollywood love story turned inside out. So hit that subscribe button, grab your popcorn, and stay tuned, because this scandal is only getting louder. For months, everyone's been repeating the same clean little headline: Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban grew apart after 19 years together. That's the official story. Safe, respectful, the kind that sounds like it belongs in a press release, not a breakup. He was always on the road, she was filming back-to-back projects, they drifted, end of story. But come on, when has a Hollywood marriage ever ended that quietly, especially one this big? Because behind that picture-perfect version, there's a rumor spreading like wildfire. And it didn't start on some gossip blog. It started with Joe Rogan. Yeah, that Joe Rogan, the guy with the biggest podcast on earth. The one celebrities fear, because when he talks, people listen. According to multiple sources, Rogan dropped a bomb on air that made insiders freeze. He allegedly revealed that during one of Keith's world tours, Nicole discovered something. Not just distance, but deception, an affair. Imagine it, Nicole sitting in their Nashville home, the phone call, the messages, the evidence she never wanted to see. The woman who built her life around control suddenly losing it, and instead of breaking down, she played it calm, cold. She waited for him to come home, looked him straight in the eye, and said, "End this, or I end us." No shouting, no tears, just that one line. A warning disguised as a choice. And here's where it gets wild. People close to Rogan claim the podcast conversation wasn't meant to be public. It was part of a private chat, a moment off camera that somehow slipped through the cracks. But once a clip like that hits the internet, there's no going back. Fans started connecting dots. Keith's sudden silence on social media, Nicole's solo appearances in October, the timing lined up too perfectly. Now the question everyone's asking isn't, did they grow apart? It's, what did Rogan actually know? Was he repeating something Keith told him in confidence? Or was he the one who brought the truth to light, knowing exactly how far it would spread? Either way, the fairy tale version of their marriage just cracked wide open, and the story that's replacing it is the kind Hollywood usually tries to bury. You might be wondering, why Joe Rogan? Why this story? Why would he even know something so personal about Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban? Well, here's the thing. Joe's not just a podcaster with a mic and an opinion, he's a former touring comic, a backstage regular, a guy who's been part of the entertainment grind for decades. And where's he based? Austin, Texas, just 2 hours from Nashville. That's the crossroads of country and comedy, the place where gossip travels faster than soundcheck. Think about who walks through Rogan's studio doors every week. Country stars, comedians, and managers who've seen everything on the road. Jelly Roll, Chris Stapleton, Post Malone. Guys who share stories off camera, the kind that never make it to interviews. It's not just celebrity talk, it's the unfiltered, beer between friends version of Hollywood secrets. And if you've ever watched Rogan's podcast, you know the vibe. It's open mics and truth bombs. The kind of space where one casual comment can suddenly become headline news. So when Rogan mentioned Nicole and Keith, it didn't sound rehearsed. It didn't sound like gossip. It sounded like something he'd heard firsthand. A slip, maybe, but the kind that leaves fans frozen. He's got friends in every circle. UFC fighters, stand-up legends, country icons. And trust me, those circles overlap way more than people think. Nashville's music scene isn't that big. Everyone talks, everyone knows someone who's been on that tour bus, seen that text, heard that fight. And that's exactly what makes this story so explosive. Rogan's platform isn't just huge, it's trusted. When he says something, even accidentally, people believe it. So suddenly, this quiet divorce turns into a full-blown media storm, and what was once a private heartbreak between two stars becomes the newest headline connecting Hollywood, country music, and the biggest podcast in the world. So, what did Joe Rogan allegedly say? Well, this is the part that made everyone stop scrolling. According to the reports, Rogan claimed that Nicole Kidman found out Keith Urban was having an affair while he was on tour. Not gossip, not speculation, evidence, real proof, the kind that hits you in the gut. Maybe it was texts, maybe it was photos, maybe it was someone in his camp who finally couldn't keep quiet. Whatever it was, it landed straight in Nicole's hands. And that's when the calm before the storm ended. Picture it. She's home in Nashville, the kids are asleep, and she's sitting there, quiet, focused, cold. When Keith walks in, she doesn't scream, she doesn't cry, she just shows him what she found. No emotion, no warning, just truth. And then she says the words that changed everything. End this, or I end us. That's it. No room for negotiation, no public drama, just a private ultimatum between two people who'd built a life and an empire together. Now, according to Rogan's alleged revelation, Keith didn't believe she'd actually go through with it. He thought it would blow over like every other celebrity storm. He was wrong, because from that moment, you can trace the timeline like a countdown clock. April, Nicole's on stage at the AFI Awards, smiling, radiant, standing next to him like nothing's wrong. June, their anniversary hits, and she posts that sweet photo with the caption, "Forever my love." Fans thought it was romantic. Now it reads like a goodbye. And then September, boom, the bomb drops. Nicole files for divorce. Quietly, strategically, like a woman who'd been planning this move for months. She didn't just walk away, she dismantled the life they'd built piece by piece until there was nothing left to pretend about. Court filings, asset transfers, lawyers in two cities. Everything fell apart with surgical precision. This wasn't a slow fade or a gentle drift like the tabloids first claimed. This was a 3-month implosion, a total collapse that started with one discovery and ended with a headline. 1 minute they were Hollywood's power couple, red carpets, love songs, anniversary posts, and the next they were strangers in the same story. And if Rogan's claims are even half true, that one podcast confession didn't just reveal what happened, it exposed why it all came crashing down. Because in Hollywood, endings don't always whisper. Sometimes they roar. And this one echoed all the way from Nashville to the biggest podcast in the world.
Here's where it gets really eerie. Back in April 2024, Keith Urban took the stage at the AFI Awards and delivered that viral speech that had everyone talking. He called Nicole his savior, praised her endlessly, practically glowing as he spoke. He said things like, "If you want to see what love looks like, give that a whirl." And the world ate it up. Headlines praised their love story, fans swooned. On the surface, it looked like Hollywood's golden couple, untouchable and perfect. But fast forward just 17 months later, and she files for divorce. Gone, in the blink of an eye. The public smiles, the red carpet appearances, the anniversary posts, all suddenly feel like part of a carefully constructed performance. And here's the twist. Joe Rogan allegedly questioned whether Keith was already cheating when he gave that speech. Think about that. Was it a heartfelt confession of love or a perfectly disguised performance to hide a secret? The idea that those glowing words might have been masking betrayal adds a whole new level of shock. The contrast between what everyone saw and what was really happening behind closed doors is chilling, almost cinematic in its cruelty. And then there's the custody clue, the paperwork that tells a story of its own. On paper, Nicole now has 306 days a year with their daughters. Keith, just 59. That's an 83-17 split, a dramatic imbalance that raises eyebrows for any couple, let alone two global celebrities. And here's the kicker. He didn't fight it. No appeals, no contests, no public battle, silence. According to Rogan's alleged analysis, this isn't a man fighting for his family. This is a man protecting a secret that could have shattered everything if it came out. You can see it clearly in the graphics. Nicole holds almost full custody. Keith gets a fraction of the year. That's not just a custody arrangement. It's a signal. It's almost as if Nicole knew exactly what she was doing, moving strategically while the truth stayed hidden. For Keith, maybe staying quiet was the only way to survive, to avoid public scrutiny and exposure of whatever Rogan allegedly revealed. The custody numbers aren't just legal facts, they're clues. Clues that, combined with the AFI speech, paint a picture of a marriage that looked perfect on the outside, but was crumbling in secret. Every smile, every toast, every "I love you" suddenly takes on a new meaning when you see the timelines and the power moves behind them. This isn't just about kids, it's about control, secrets, and the fallout of truth finally catching up. If there really was an affair, touring is the perfect cover. And for someone like Keith Urban, it would have been almost impossible to avoid temptation. He was on the road over 200 days a year, hopping between the same venues, traveling with the same crew, performing under the same lights night after night. It's a lifestyle that's glamorous on the outside, but grueling and isolating on the inside. For anyone trying to maintain fidelity, it's a test of willpower that not everyone can pass. And that's exactly why Rogan's alleged commentary lands with so much weight. He's been there. As a touring comic, Rogan knows the grind, the long drives, the late-night parties, the constant travel. He's spoken to hundreds of musicians, fighters, and performers about what it takes to stay faithful while living a life that's never home. So when he allegedly talks about Nicole and Keith, it's not idle gossip. It carries the authority of experience. It makes the story feel raw, believable, and painfully close to reality. Suddenly, what seems like a celebrity rumor starts to feel like an insider exposé, coming from someone who understands exactly what life on the road can do to a marriage. And then there's the hypocrisy factor, and Rogan is never shy about calling it out. His fans love it when he exposes the double lives of celebrities, when the polished public image completely contradicts reality behind the scenes. Keith's persona has always been rock solid. Devoted husband, loving father, grounded family man with traditional values. But if the affair rumors are true, that entire image collapses. According to what Rogan allegedly said, there's almost something sociopathic about publicly praising your wife as the center of your life while secretly betraying her in private. That's the kind of contradiction that explodes in the media, the type of revelation that makes fans question everything they thought they knew about someone they admired. This is why the story isn't just about a Hollywood divorce. It becomes a lesson in honesty, reputation, and the hidden pressures of fame. Celebrity life creates an image, a mask, a perfect narrative, but when cracks appear, they shatter in public view. Combine touring, temptation, and a carefully crafted public persona, and suddenly every word, every Instagram post, every award speech takes on a new meaning. And with Rogan allegedly commenting from a place of firsthand knowledge, the story doesn't just feel credible, it feels inevitable. It's a cautionary tale about what happens when reality finally catches up to the facade, and why some truths, no matter how carefully hidden, have a way of coming to light. Now let's slow down and separate what we actually know from what's still swirling in rumor. Joe Rogan's show? Absolutely. It's the biggest podcast in the world. Tens of millions of listeners tune in every week. The divorce filings? Verified. Nicole Kidman officially has nearly full custody of their daughters, 306 days a year, and Keith has just 59. That's not speculation. That's court paperwork. And the timeline? Spot on. April 2024, Keith delivers that glowing AFI speech praising Nicole. June, anniversary post goes up. seemingly perfect, public-facing love. And then by September, divorce papers hit. The dates line up exactly with what insiders are hinting at. It all fits a pattern that's almost too tidy to be coincidence. But here's the crucial part. Despite all the chatter, we haven't located verified audio or video of Joe Rogan actually saying these exact words about Nicole and Keith. That doesn't mean he didn't say it. It could have been an off-air conversation that someone leaked, or a private discussion never meant for public ears. On the other hand, it's possible people are connecting dots based on Rogan's known style. His brutal honesty, his backstage access, his network of touring musicians and entertainers. Fans and insiders might be projecting what he would say onto a timeline that's already suspicious. And honestly, when you look at the sequence of events, the custody split, the timing of appearances, the anniversaries, it all suggests something more than just growing apart. Was this marriage quietly falling apart, or was it a warning that went completely ignored until the breakup became inevitable? We want to hear what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Rogan exposed this behind-the-scenes drama, or is the internet doing what it does best, stitching together a story from fragments, assumptions, and context clues? Either way, the facts line up in a way that demands attention. The AFI speech, the romantic anniversary post, the sudden divorce, the custody arrangement. It all suggests something more than just growing apart. Was this marriage quietly falling apart, or was it a warning that went completely ignored until the breakup became inevitable? You're watching Spill Society, where Hollywood secrets get decoded, dissected, and served to you one spill at a time. Stay tuned, because in Hollywood, the story is never really over, and every reveal just leads to the next twist.